Hello.
Hi guys. Is it
Yes,
live?
it is.
Okay.
We are moving.
Okay.
Hi, Azri.
Hi Azri.
Sorry, we got some technical issue just now, so sorry, Chris. You said you commented something on YouTube, but please comment again.
Wow, bossing people.
So another comment.
You probably late already.
Please comment again.
Okay.
So we'll wait for people to come in and have some comments while we're at this. Today we are going to talk about freelancing versus employment. So obviously me and Tris is Kuli with some creative agency here, Chuba. And Fion, she's freelancing. So she's with herself. Hi, Swilin. Long time
Congrats
no see.
on your new job.
Oh yeah, congrats.
Hi Cheryl.
Hi Cheryl.
Okay, so just a quick one today. We're gonna talk about just chit chatting lah. We're not going to treat it as like a show or that. We just want to like make it like a chit chat, like a podcast kind of feel. Feel free to throw any question. So before we actually jump into the first topic, let's introduce who is Fion.
Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Fion. I'm a video producer and a social media marketer.
That's it.
That's it.
That's my 3-second pitch.
Okay, so Fion has worked with us for quite a while. And also the reason why we brought her to this show is because she has like quite long experience of full freelancing. We call it full-time freelancer. Also entrepreneur. Can you consider that?
I think it's very big. This is something that I want to talk about. How do you define
Oh yeah, it's actually how do you define? Because
freelancing?
actually she's supposedly starting her own business already. She's
Yeah.
into entrepreneurship rather than pure freelancing only.
So it's considered a business lah.
Yeah, slowly transitioning into a business.
Okay, then she's considered entrepreneur. So she's a
Yeah.
creative entrepreneur now. So, what can you like briefly tell us that, like what did you do before? Why did you make the change to switch to full-time freelancing?
Okay, so 2 years ago, I was working a 9-to-5 full-time job. And because I studied animation, I came out and became a 3D artist. But I was a 3D generalist, which means I did everything. Most of everything inside the company. Yeah, and I really enjoy like the people there especially and some of the work that I do because I was allowed a lot of creative freedom. But then when the pandemic came, I felt like my growth was quite stuck and I wanted to do something new. Maybe it was because like I spent so much time at home and doing the same thing for almost 2 years that I was starting to look for something new lah. And actually before I was in a 9-to-5, I was already freelancing.
Oh.
Yeah, so I actually freelanced more than I was in an office.
But how did you still get freelancing while you're working full-time?
So usually I would do projects with my sister. She would have some contacts, or it could be like my mom's friends who needed some design. And it could also be like my past clients, they have small design jobs. And then I just do it a little bit lah.
Okay. Then we have more. There's someone from YouTube.
Hi JY, is my friend.
Oh, this is your friend. Oh, hi, Fion's friend. Okay. Azri, Fion show is giving Miss Universe. Okay, you have to do a wave already. Yeah, wave. Okay. Let's jump. Okay, just now you.
Yeah, this is like you should start with maybe when and why you switch. So you were saying that you were gradually doing freelancing job when you were still in full time, and then why did you actually make the switch and how did you make it?
Okay, so I made the switch because I felt that I needed to grow personally and career-wise because my 9 to 5 job was quite stressful for me that I realized that I was turning into someone that I didn't like. I was angry and frustrated all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a bad sign.
Yeah, and I think generally I'm quite a happy and calm person. And I never imagined that adulthood is so stressful that it will turn me into somebody that I don't like.
But is it you realize it, or is it someone around you that told you that?
No, I realized it.
You realize it?
Yeah, I didn't like that I was feeling triggered over small things.
Oh, what was the tiniest thing that you got you, trigger you, that you still remember?
I think it was just an accumulation of a lot of small things. So it could be like maybe people's comments, or maybe like you spend so much time doing something and then there is a revise for that thing. And at some point it felt a bit meaningless. Like, why are there so many revises?
Because you feel like you already given your best, but
Yeah.
it's still, they are still commenting. And
Yeah, it's like we needed to close this project, and some of the revise are quite minor that we felt like we won't really notice it. It's like 1 second and it's gone. And we are like, why are we using hours to fix this small problem when we should really be focusing on the big picture lah.
Okay.
So that's just one of the small things that I was triggered about, but it's just one part of work lah. There's still other part that I quite enjoy actually.
But it's still, it's the burnout lah, meaning it's a burnout.
Yeah,
If
which is-
anyone here burnt out, can comment.
I squeeze into the camera. So you were, that is why you continue to be in the same industry despite getting out of 9 to 5, right? Because you
Similar.
actually enjoy whatever you're doing.
Actually enjoy being creative and technical at the same time. So previously I worked a lot on post-production side. So like lighting, editing, checking renders, and doing like visual development. So even now I'm still doing a bit of visual development and also like video editing and creating. So in a way it is pretty similar. It's not too much of a switch because I already know how to use the software, and then the theory is pretty much the same.
So it's not like a big switch for you lah, but it's more like a readjustment of your volume, because you said that actually the nature of work is quite similar, full-time and the freelancing,
Yep.
right? Okay.
Did it actually give you the freedom to choose like a client that you think you can work with?
I think in a way, yeah. Starting out, definitely not, because starting out, I just had to accept any project that comes, right? Because I just needed to survive. But right now, I feel that at least I can have some control over the type of clients that I would like to work with. Like there's more conversation around like, will I be able to provide you with what you need? And I am very grateful that most of my clients now actually give me a lot of creative freedom. Yeah.
Oh, that's very good.
I think that's the best thing happened to all the creators out there lah, for any creative work. Okay, I see Dion commented. Hi Dion.
Hi Dion, thanks for supporting.
Hi Naxi.
Hi,
Thank you.
Nancy.
Okay, so afterwards, when you slowly make the change to freelancing, I think for any parent who is hearing this, that would be like quite worried about why did you give up a stable job, right? Because it's considered stable job because you worked there for 2 years. And then, so what was your parents' perspective?
I think my mom was quite supportive of me starting my own thing because she knew that I was quite stressed. Yeah, so she
That's
was
good.
okay because I was already freelancing on the side, so she knew that I had the ability to get new
Get
clients,
jobs.
I have the skills. But I think sometimes, right, your parents will also worry whether freelancing is sustainable.
Yeah, I mean creative job itself is already controversial enough for most of the parents. Now you went
Yes.
freelance, full-time freelance creative is even more bold, I think. And then the parent will feel like, why are you doing this, And did your mom say anything about, did you have enough client? That's why, then did she say you must have enough client before you quit your full-time job, or did she just quit?
No.
No.
Like she was supportive of me just quitting because I already told her what are the plans that I have.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's good.
I was ready to do other stuff as well, like data entry, just to survive.
Oh,
So
the
it-
conviction of you quitting.
Yeah, so it's not just like, oh, I want to do creative stuff, come on and do creative stuff. It was more like, whatever extra work you have, I can do it. I just want to try something new.
She just want to quit at that point of time.
Like, I just needed something to tide me over.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Which is good lah. I mean, a lot of parents really don't really understand. In the nature of being creative itself, maybe they really don't understand.
Yeah,
And then you want to go
yeah.
freelance, like further step, like they were like, what?
Yeah.
Don't give me hard time anymore, please.
Yeah, I think freelancing is so broad. Let's say if you freelance in IT or freelance in creative, it's very different.
I think there's even the sound of it say freelancing IT. Even I feel like I think IT is more stable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
I think it brings more money. It's got more compensation. But creative is just like artists. You know, they always describe broke artists.
artists.
We
Yeah.
are kind of like broke artists.
Yeah, and I think because a lot of creative jobs also leave people feeling really tired, and you're just trying to like rush deadlines. So there's that idea behind it.
Is there any creative people out there that can like share you guys thought like
Your opinions.
yeah you join an agency or you know came out yourself or like are you also in the same journey with Fion that also can share about like what is it like you know working alone.
Oh, we got a comment over here from Chris. Asking Fion, do you also design POSM materials? So what's POSM?
Yeah, what is POSM? I'm sorry.
Chris, where's POSM? We don't know what it's at, but we'll wait for your reply and then we'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Point of service. Point of service materials.
What is POSM?
So what's point of service materials?
I'm sorry.
Maybe Tyler should join us lah.
Yeah, let Chris explain.
Okay,
Yeah.
let Chris explain.
Okay, so let's jump to the next topic.
Okay.
So freelancing versus employment, what's good and bad? So you have tried both of them. So what do you think? What's good in employment? What's bad in employment? And what's good in freelancing? What's bad in freelancing?
I think in employment, it's easier to make friends.
Oh yes,
Is it?
Yes.
because
Wait,
you got
that's
your
a really
colleagues.
surprising answer.
Like everyone is around you all the time, and in a way, you're kind of forced to make friends.
No, but you also will be kind of stuck if your circle is not
True also.
not
And a
compatible
different
with you.
Yeah,
different
that's true.
perspective. If you're
Yeah.
too long there, then you're stuck with a group of people.
Yeah, but I felt like the group of people that I was with was quite okay. Like, I enjoy hanging out with them, so
Oh,
it was
okay,
nice.
okay.
Okay. And the bad of employment?
I think this bad is quite subjective because I feel that in employment there is quite a set criteria of what you should be doing and what somebody else might be doing. And if let's say you have a lead or supervisor, sometimes their opinions matter more than your opinion.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, which is
Yeah.
okay. I mean, there is a framework that everyone have to follow,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
But then if you're somebody who prefers to work like this, like a subordinate, someone just giving you tasks and you completing it, I think that's actually okay. But for me, I like exploring.
Okay, okay.
So in a way, I did feel that, if there's too many layers in the hierarchy, I'm kind of like stifled, like stuck. But then I'm also grateful that in my employment, I was allowed to try a lot of different things. And
Okay.
I worked under a lot of different supervisors.
Okay, so I guess I don't know about you guys. Do you guys think in employment is better to? Because I never expect that answer. Because when I enter into workforce, right, I will.
Who is Jessica?
Hi, Jessica.
Who is Jessica? Your friend?
My uni friend.
Oh, your uni friend. Okay.
Chris said it's point of sale materials or retail displays.
I've never actually designed them before. But I have the software needed to design them if that's what you're looking for.
Please,
Chris,
PM.
PM. Okay, back
Okay,
to
back
the
to-
employment because I when I enter the working world, I'm not actually having the expectation I want to make friends rather than whether I can do the job. I don't know for you guys, is it the same for you guys? Do you guys bring have the idea in the back of your heads that I might have friends or I can make friends? But for me, I just care. All I care about is whether can I do the job. And then like friend is never in one of my list lah.
Same.
Because and then the more I work, and the more because during the time before I land this job, I went to another interview. So I think the longer I work, the more mature I am. All I care about is who is my manager.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, who is my manager? Because a lot of time in the interview they will say, so where's your preferred working environment? Then I actually told the interviewer, I say, yeah, you can tell me the working environment, but I actually care more about who is my manager. So who will be working like directly manage me. If I can talk to that person, is even better lah.
Yeah.
And then I think the interview was slightly a bit shocked because like no one asked them the question. So I don't know if making friends is an important criteria for you all. What do you think, Fish?
I think for me, it's not my main motive of working as well, because I personally don't really like to make friends. I mean, I don't have the intention to go out. Now, some people they like to go out and network and then meet a lot of new people. That's not me lah. So I'm okay with meeting new friend or new people, but then it's never to the like. My main motive is never to become a friend. So it's good that we can work together with the colleague. Like they understand you, they can work together with you, but then it's not the main thing lah.
So for you, what's good in employment? Because you also work in an employment before.
Yeah, I work in a company before, and what's good in employment?
Nothing good. Why hesitate for so long?
I've never thought of this question, but okay, because I was in this company where the boss is very supportive, and then he is willing to teach whatever is.
You mean now this company?
No, the ex company. This company as well.
Okay.
Eric. Okay, but the last company I was in, the boss is actually he got, I think, 20 plus years of experience in business, and he is very willing to teach in the business perspective wise. So that itself, I learned a lot from him, that he shared a lot how he do business and how he actually talk to people, how he close things, how he negotiate and things like that. But at that point of time when I was working with him, it's not something I'm working on. So whatever experience he gave me, it's not going to be helpful in.
Or it's not applicable to what
yeah,
you're doing.
it's not applicable at all. Not like at all, but yeah. So the only thing is good when your manager or your people directing you or managing you is very supportive, like what you say. Otherwise, it's very bad. It's going to be very tough for people working in employment if the manager or people managing you is very have a very different mindset than you,
or very rigid as well.
And also if we are in creative side, right? If someone managing you is not from the creative side, they don't see the way you see things. It's also very hard.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. Comments. Okay. So we got comments from Cheryl. She said 100% with Fion on making friends in employment. It's way tougher when you're freelancing. We have never been freelancing before, so we didn't know how hard it was.
I mean, isn't it our work the nature of it is a bit like freelancing, because we all work like from home.
Yeah.
And then the only time we meet new people is actually we make time to go out networking. Whereas employment is like they are there every day, they are just there.
But it's all the same group of people there.
Yeah, but it's about how you make the move to join their circle.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I think that is correct also.
Yeah.
From Azri.
Azri said, really depends on your goals and ambitions. Some are prepared to play the game to be seen as the better person to be promoted. Some just comes to the office to work, chill and relax because they're comfortable where they are. Yep, that's me. So I mean, like what you said, I wouldn't actually try to join in a group because some people actually like to like have gossip, you know, at the pantry area or whatever, or they
You mean
just,
Tyler?
I know, right? I just say he missed that part of it. So,
Sorry, Tyler.
or they go makan together with colleagues.
yeah.
I feel very awkward to eat with colleagues
Oh,
because
yeah,
I would want to spend the lunchtime
Alone.
myself. Yeah, because I always have to eat with my boss during my last company. So that's also very bad in terms of employment because we always have meeting over lunch. So yeah, that's very bad.
So you cannot like just rest and recharge during your
Yeah,
lunchtime.
no. So I was just like pretend to be, oh yeah, yes.
Is your boss watching this?
I doubt so.
Okay, we have Jacqueline. Hi, Jacqueline.
Hi. Okay, so let's go to. Did we say anything good about freelancing?
freelance, we haven't talked about
Yeah, we
good and
haven't
bad.
talked about freelancing.
I think the good is you can organize your own schedule, at least for me lah. But for some people, this freedom might be something bad
Yes.
because of the discipline
I
issue
agree.
also. Yeah.
I agree.
So it's very subjective. I think the bad is that it's harder to find people to help you. Like if you're experiencing something, you're not sure if this is normal or not, and you don't know who to ask. Because if you just randomly ask another freelancer, it might be too sudden. Like what is the context?
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, they might not be 100% helpful. Yeah, true. I never thought of that.
Yeah, but also like I think freelancing, the bad thing is because you're not working in a team. No one will teach you. No one will support you. No one.
Oh yes.
You have to figure everything by yourself. You have to be really, really, really resourceful.
Yep.
And then you have to be problem. I mean, can be quite lonely. I don't know about is it. Do you feel?
Yeah, I mean there was a point in my freelance career where I felt like I'm not sure am I growing because I
Oh.
only have online resources, but I have nobody to rely on or to ask like compare
Oh.
experiences or maybe other things I should be improving on. Nobody tells me.
Oh.
But wouldn't your client like give you feedback?
I mean, feedback from a client is kind of different from feedback from somebody who has done a lot of other projects.
Like a mentor.
Yeah, like a mentor. They could share with you their workflow, how to deal with clients,
Okay,
you know,
okay,
things
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Okay.
So, did you face like, do you have a phase that you're not very disciplined when you just started? Like you're not very used to the 9 to 5 because you were 9 to 5 and then suddenly you got no timetable. So have you had the phase that you're not disciplined?
Surprisingly, no, because I'm generally
No?
I'm generally quite a disciplined person, so I enjoy actually like waking up early and having something to do each day, like a routine.
Oh,
That's my comfort zone.
Okay. What? So you say you never find it difficult to freelance. You have a routine. What's the trick? So the trick is just be disciplined.
No,
It can't be that easy, ma, right?
No, I think it
Because it's so hard for me.
you need to figure out what works for you. Because for me, time blocking really helps. I learned this from a friend. So now I time block my day into 2 hours. And that really helped me.
What do you mean, like 2 hours?
So like every 2 hours, I have something planned to do.
Oh, okay, okay.
Also, there won't be a window of 4 hours that you are doing nothing. Every 2 hours, you sure got something to do.
Yeah. So that I can know if I'm overloading myself with tasks each day.
Okay.
What if you need to nap? You also sleep 2 hours?
Yeah lah, I just put the rest lah, 2 hour rest lah.
You do whatever
Yeah,
lah.
yeah. Just put in other stuff also.
But what if you work like for 2 hours and then
You're having like a good
You-
condition, is it?
yeah, you cannot finish. I mean, yeah, you're in good condition and you haven't finished that task itself. Would you continue that 2 hours?
Or you just
Yeah, I will just
jump
continue.
to... Or you just...
So the 2 hour is a guide. It's not like a fixed thing.
It's not a fix.
No, but when you say like you block means you literally set a timer, run 2 hours, then it will...
No, because I did a lot of trial and error. Like, I want to know how long I take to do certain tasks.
Okay.
So now I have quite a good gauge of how fast I can do something. That's why it's easy for me to slot into these 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
Well, she's really disciplined. I mean,
Ah,
do you
wow, you-
recommend people that are not very disciplined to actually be a freelancer. But they can stay up late, very late, like maybe 3 a.m. only they sleep.
Yeah, I
They're
guess
not disciplined at all.
why not? I mean, if you can stay up and complete your job, it's fine. Because like some people, they like doing job steady, slow and steady, and finish before the deadline, right? But there are some people who work really well when they are stressed, like near the deadline,
That's
like they
us.
can deliver.
Tyler is behind laughing.
Laughing behind, so that's him also lah.
So like, why not, right?
No, I feel like that's a bad motivation because I'm sort of like that kind of
I think we all
person
same.
also. But I think it's quite unhealthy mindset because you are just like, never mind, I just wait lah, and I wait until like the stress really like squeeze the best out of you. But I think it's quite a scary feeling also.
Yeah, you're scared, that's why you faster finish it, right?
But if an accumulation of it will actually cause us to be really, really
Like
stressed.
more stress.
Yeah.
I think we will break down.
Yeah, at one point you just feel like you're useless because why can't I just finish the job like early?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you feel like that.
I think that's why it makes us. That's why Fion can be full-time freelancer.
I know, right?
That's why we are still in employment, ah.
Let's try the time block thing.
Ayo, okay. So you just now we slightly covered the topic about you said that it's no longer full-time freelancing, it's actually transitioning into the business. So when is it the time to scale into a business?
I think you can consider scaling into a business if you have a very clear service offering. Means you're not trying to do everything at once. You have something that you're good at and you have a workflow or a framework for that, then you can look into turning that into a business. Because when you expand your team, it's easier to onboard them because you already have the framework and you already know exactly what kind of people you need to hire.
Do you mean like you need to find your niche first? And and have a
That's
framework
the
for that niche, and then only you turn into business, then slowly maybe you will hire someone.
I think, yeah, that's easier. Like, let's say you have a dream to have an agency that is very comprehensive, that's fine. But I think at first when you're starting out, you need to choose something that you're most strong in. It could be like email marketing, it could be graphic design. And then eventually as you work with more people, you hire more people, then you can expand the scope that you offer. I think so.
But how did you find your first client? Is it really like other people say we just find around us?
Yes, so my first client was actually my mom's friend. And then at that point in time, they actually had an intern handling their social media page.
Intern, okay.
Yeah. So when I reached out to ask them if they need a social media manager, and I said that I could start in May, that was actually when the intern finished. So I could just come in and continue the work.
So it was a good timing lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's also at a very good timing that you actually join.
But what if like there must have been time that there is no good timing like this? Then how do you secure the next one? How do you find the next leads?
I usually just ask my mom. Because she has friends with businesses.
Ask your mom.
Yes, ask your parents.
Ask your mom.
No, make sure your mom is resourceful, because if my mom means I'll stay at home the whole day doing nothing, because my mom got no friend.
Hey, your
like
mom
me.
is very good, you know.
She's knitting. I mean, the only friend is the knits and the
knitting
yarns
also
and
need
everything.
marketing lah.
Hey, your mom watches LinkedIn, man.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, sorry mom. I forgot about it. Yeah,
Sorry,
but
mommy.
literally she got no friend lah. It's true. She know, I know, because I myself I have no friend because of her. So we all have the same character. So, right, you were saying that you were finding leads from your mom's friend, but is that just the beginning of it, or like it's until now also you're doing it, or do you do other way?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to clarify that.
Yeah, I have to clarify that.
So I only needed my mom help at the beginning because I was really just trying to get, like, it's a volume game, you know. I wanted to do as much as I can. But now I primarily use LinkedIn, and I just finished setting up my website. And I actually got 2 leads from my website. So that's pretty new, and I'm hoping that I can get more leads through my website.
Check out her website. It's called Pocket Byte.
.net, not .com, it's .net.
.net.
Okay.
So yeah, you said you were finding leads from LinkedIn and also website. Do you go out to actually network with people?
Yes, I find that it's easier for me to talk one-on-one with people because I can explain more, and also I am trying to understand what they need. So every time, like, if I meet somebody new, I don't really think of it as a work meeting. I think of it as just like an understanding meeting. If I'm not the person who is able to help you, I would suggest my friends. Yeah, so it's like a very broad kind of meeting lah.
It's good because I think it's good to have that mindset of everyone in the industry being there to help each other rather than being a competition.
Yeah.
Yeah. So should we do the next? You want to talk about how do you maintain a stable income?
Besides relying on your mom networks, how do you maintain a stable income?
Yeah, do you have time that you don't have income? Especially you said you came out during the MCO period. So I think at that point of time, a lot of businesses isn't working very well, and they are trying not to do anything that is costing them a lot of money. I think the last thing that people want to consider is doing digital marketing or like videos. So what happened during MCO?
I think actually during MCO, creative sector and like digital marketing is where it actually bloomed. Because now everyone is online, and for the first time in forever, I saw graphic design as a very good job.
Oh, why?
Because people need that service.
But you're saying like as if like back then it isn't a good job?
Because like before this, I mean just now you also mentioned
It's a very
usually,
general.
Yeah, parents don't really like when they're, especially Asian parents, they don't really like when their kids do creative stuff.
When you say you want to study arts, means they were like, you wasted all my money buying you rice to eat. Trust you. Yeah. Okay. That's what they call.
Oh yeah, about the stable income. Okay. So one thing that I learned is to turn my services into a subscription. So I have retainer clients. Like, not all of my clients are retainer, but it helps to at least have 2 retainer clients just to tide you over. And then you could have other free floating clients, which are like more creative work or things that you really like exploring. Yeah.
How long do you tie your retainer clients?
At least 3 months. So for if like you're a first time client, right, I would recommend 3 months because it gives us enough time to really test if the content is working for you or not, and also to test whether we are a good fit to work together.
Yeah, that's very good. That's a very good advice because for us, I think we are also trying to do that as well. But we didn't actually lock down contracts or anything, but we will always tell our clients that it takes about 3 to 6 months to actually get things work out, especially on ads itself also.
Ashwin, say hi.
Hi.
So Ashwin is another considered same industry as us. He also quite a considered young entrepreneur that started his own agency and all that. And I got follow his story recently. He has his own hackathon about how to build website.
Oh.
He tried to solve it within his team 3 days. Don't know how is that going on, but I follow you. Okay, we're talking about stable income, right?
Yeah, have you finished
so
that?
I think because all we now still talk about the positive side of freelancing one. Has there been any moment in your life that you really doubt that maybe I should go back to employment?
Many times.
Many times.
Especially during the first year, because when you're freelancing, you rely mostly on yourself. And there are times where I just feel like I don't want to think so much. Maybe I just want someone to give me money and tell me what to do.
It's true.
No, it's like, sometimes when you're so overloaded that you just want to rest.
Because you're alone, you're like freelancing alone, and then from like maybe from the start pitching till the
Posting also.
Yeah, till the posting. So you need to have a lot of plans in mind, and that's only one client. If you like have a lot of client lining up, it's gonna be very overwhelming.
But would it be at one point the work is like consistently repeating? Also, is another thing that implodes you that maybe I should just go back to employment?
Not really, because I feel the freelancing actually gives me more creative energy.
Okay. I don't know about. I don't because
Yeah.
You saying?
Yeah, as when you just started, right? Have you did you give yourself like a time frame? If it's not going to work within maybe 2 years, I'm going to go back to employment.
Yeah, I think I set it on 2 years.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
So it's 2 years now, right?
It's more than 2 years already.
So you're not considering
So
that.
what's
Yeah.
your appraisal for yourself? Self-appraisal?
I think just be consistent, and I'm really glad that I was consistent. Like regarding like posting on LinkedIn as well, and also trying to find new clients, and also upskilling my skills, improving my client work. Because it's very easy to fall into a trap of like, okay, maybe I need to improve so much. I think I'm good enough already.
Comfort zone lah,
Like,
like comfortable
yeah,
lah. I just need to keep doing the same thing over and over and over
Yeah.
again.
So you always try to go to courses and learn new things.
So I would go to Google and LinkedIn and HubSpot also to just try to take courses not only in social media but like broadly digital marketing.
Just now we have Nathan.
Which point?
Nathan, which point we ask?
Yeah, which point?
Yeah, we have
How do we pronounce your Nevan?
Nevan.
Sorry, we don't know how to pronounce your name, but
Jin
hi.
Chai. Hi. Okay, I'm not too sure who will watch our live. Could it be full-timer that wants to turn into freelancer, or is it freelancer that want to just find another freelancer? But feel free to drop a comment, or even if we saw our live afterwards, also can just
You can just connect
Fion.
with with Fion to ask her about things. And Ashwin said, "Be very interesting discussion you guys are having." Yes, it's very interesting. I think it's a new form of way of working now, because a lot more people are coming out to work as freelancers, no matter which industry. And I think people want to be in control of what they are doing. That's why they come out and not like work in a company.
No, I think it's because everyone sort of know what's happening online, and if they see someone is being a freelancer, then they will have the thought. Then when more freelancers come out to do content, then the thought will only get stronger. Then that's why more people are trying to like, maybe I should try, give myself 2 years.
Yeah. I think it's good that you put a time frame for that and just try it out. If you're still young and then you don't have a lot of commitment, maybe it's good to try out.
Yeah. Actually, as one question, what was something unexpected you realized after becoming a freelancer?
I guess how much money it takes to make yourself feel psychologically safe.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. Let's talk about that then.
How much
How
is
much
enough?
is enough?
How much to make you psychological safe?
So like for example, right, when I was in full-time employment, the EPF will just be paid for, like some from my salary, some from like, the company, right?
Yeah.
And I never really checked how much was put inside my EPF because it was like obligation by the employer. But then ever since I started working by myself, I needed to contribute like, let's say 500, which I'm contributing now 500 a month to my EPF, which is quite a lot for
It's
me.
a lot. Actually, 500 is a lot.
But then when I check back my statement from last time when I was employed, when I
more
was
than
still earning very little, right, it was more than 500. So I was like,
Ours one is more than 500.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, actually,
I
think
didn't check.
because the percentage quite high, so it's very easy to get
Get
above
500 lah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's good that you're actually putting in money yourself, because I think a lot of people freelancing out there, they forgot about this portion of contributing to the EPF, which is I think it's good to be contributing to it,
yeah.
even though it's a little portion lah.
Yeah, you can contribute under iSaran. I think it gets you the same protection as if you are employed.
Oh, okay.
And if you're a housewife, you can contribute under iSuri.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, it's like getting so technical. Okay.
Okay, let's go back to Nathan. So the Fion's point that he agreed is the one about not having to worry about everything. But for me, it's nice to be a company be in a company that takes charge of one professional development, it's one less thing you have to worry about. It's true. Because they have things planned out for you, but that also very dependent on which company you are in. Some company just don't really care about your development, right? Because a lot of companies are like that lah, because they don't have enough space for your development, like not enough space for you to get promoted. Yeah. So that's also one of the things you have to consider. Astrid said, y'all can make a local freelancers club. Haha, can color and refer each other projects. Oh yeah.
I think Azri, this is like kind of an unspoken thing.
Yeah, it's
among
already happening, actually.
Freelancer group. Once they knew that you are freelancing, then you are already automatically in their list already. They just refer to anyone. Oh, you interested in it? Okay, I got one contact. Just refer to you.
Which is very good.
Yeah. Okay. I should say what gift.
That is deep indeed. Okay, what is deep? I don't remember what we were saying just now.
That was the point on feeling psychologically safe.
Okay. Alright.
But I think that if I dig a little bit more, right, because we are how to say we are constantly, like, because I thought of the post that I wrote today is about because currently the trend is the hustling trend, and almost if you ask anyone out there, right, even though they have a full-time job, actually they I think 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 10, sure there is someone, has a side hustle. No one is just doing just one job, and I think because of that, the term that you mentioned, psychologically safe, is actually is very, very subjective, because someone could have earned 3K and they feel it's enough. Someone could have earned 5K, they still don't feel enough. 10K also they don't feel enough. So how do you define psychologically safe?
I think if you have enough money to last you 2 months, if let's say you have no job, and that money have to be able to support your savings as well. So I think in this point, right, it's important not to inflate your lifestyle too much, especially as a freelancer, because the income is like up and down, and there are some seasons you might have really good job. Let's say you have 10K a month, and it's very easy to feel like too happy and then buy all kinds of stuff. But then suddenly after 3 months you earn 2K, and then you feel a bit like you cannot handle it.
Have you felt into that?
Thankfully not yet.
Oh,
sorry. Hopefully not yet. And I'm trying to prepare for, when that happens, because I know that it's always going to be
bound
up
to
and
happen.
down. Yeah, like no matter how much I control it, it's something I have to expect, because sometimes clients, maybe their business fail, or they really don't have the finance to support marketing initiatives. So this is something you have to be prepared for.
Okay.
Yeah, you were saying that there's this seasons when there's like better jobs. So do you see any trend in the seasons, like when should probably have more?
Personally, no, actually. It's quite random.
Okay, so it's very dependent on company and your clients lah.
Maybe even the industry that you're serving.
So can you also maybe briefly point out some of the industry that you have worked with?
Okay. So I work with healthcare industry, and I've also worked with financial industries. And what else? I actually tried a lot of different small projects. So it could be like, there was one engineering, and then there was a facial shop. Yeah, I actually did a lot of random projects, but then now most of my projects are in healthcare.
Okay. What else?
So yeah, Azri said he just realized that trees and fish are wearing sarongs. Yes, our show it's called Sarong and Slipper, and I'm wearing sarong and slipper. Wait, cannot see my slipper. Slipper.
Okay. The EPF thingy.
Cause of a peaceful mind. Yes.
2 more banners.
Oh yeah, more banners. Okay.
2 more banners. So, what's the best move you have done? after you started freelancing?
I think the best move is actually reaching out to other agencies and like talking to people in other agencies, because that's how collaboration happens. Yeah, and when I get to see how other people work, it actually makes me improve my own system.
Oh, okay.
Is that how we work together also? How we started working together with Chuba?
I guess because when I first met with Eric, it was just to understand how he ran his company. Because I like his mindset, like he's very chill and he wants to make sure everybody has flexibility. So I thought like, oh, finally I found somebody who has the same thinking as me, so I need to talk to this guy. So that's why I invited him up for coffee and then he offered to work together.
Oh, okay.
Okay, nice.
I think another best one you mentioned to me was the website, right?
Oh, yes.
Because you never thought website is a thing that people actually will go into. Because
Yes.
you said that all the leads, the two leads that you got, it's not even connected on.
LinkedIn.
They are not even connected.
It's
to
not
you,
even
right?
connected on LinkedIn?
No, somebody messaged me and he wasn't even my LinkedIn friend. He just,
Wow.
I think he saw my post on LinkedIn. Because when,
Oh, yes, you shared.
like you can click, right, like where you saw my, how you know about me, and he clicked LinkedIn. But then he's not my friend.
Oh.
So I think he saw my post somehow, and then he clicked on my website.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So
Yeah.
I think as a freelancer, it's quite important to have your own website. So in case like anytime social media closes down,
Actually, it's very important.
yeah, Instagram dies, no more LinkedIn, at least you still have your website.
Yeah, because a lot of times, like, so it was like before this, maybe it's Facebook, it's in trend, and then later on it's Instagram, then after that maybe TikTok and whatsoever. So it always goes with trend. But if you have your website there, people can always get access to it, and when they type, maybe they type on Google like marketing or like video, then they'll find you as
Yeah.
well.
How did you do your website? How did you build a website?
I use WordPress Elementor.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Then you just.
Yeah, actually my boyfriend helped me set it up, and then we designed it together lah.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Okay. We have almost like 10 minutes left. Do you want to choose? Okay, you have any question to us or not? Because now you are an entrepreneur, and now you are looking at people who are still in employment.
Oh, do you have any question, like if you want to build a team in the future,
Oh, yeah.
right? So what would you look for?
You mean like what are the kind of person I would look for to build my team, or?
Or if you have any question for us?
Oh,
of-
okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay, yeah. Go one by one. Now you are jumping out from the employment. Now you look at us that we are still in employment. Does it hit you differently, or do you feel anything, or do you feel like, yes, finally I escaped the capitalism?
no, I think right, although both of you are full-time employed, our lifestyle is pretty much the same. So I feel that your lifestyle is like a freelancer.
Yeah. Actually, it's true. Our lifestyle is still a lot like freelancer, but I think there is still a little bit difference because building a business yourself and working still under someone is still slightly different because you knew that in the end of the day, how to say, whatever you do,
work for.
yeah, exactly, whatever you do is purely for yourself because you know everything for. But I think employment works a little bit differently because we are constantly always thinking, okay, now we are doing this, what other project can we do, what else can we do, so are we going to do this forever? And in the back of our mind we always have this, or are we going to do this forever?
What's next?
Yeah, what's next and all that.
And then it sometimes feels like we work very hard, but then the outcome is not what we desire.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way when you work in employment?
I think in a way I did, because if you're in full-time employment, right, then the amount of effort you give in doesn't really translate to the thing you get in return. So let's say if your salary is fixed, no matter how much you put in, it doesn't mean that you get more because you work harder this month.
I think the truth in the creative industry is it's really hard to get higher pay compared with other industry.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
we are considered the people don't value the things that we do for them as much as the other department like business development or IT department or HR department. The really limited people that know that actually creative work like marketing or agency actually is good, actually it's valuable enough to compensate them more. So for us it's always a struggle to climb the ladder because there's no ladder. There's I think marketing has quite a ceiling there.
Yeah. I think there needs to be more awareness and like conversation about this.
Yeah.
Because if you see in other countries like US, right, they really value marketing.
Oh,
branding
really?
and all that.
Yeah, branding, I think.
Yeah, they are quite big on it. But then I feel that in Malaysia, it's not that popular yet because a lot of people that I meet and also other freelancers that I meet, right, they say that a lot of clients prioritize like sales, hitting KPI, rather than like branding goals.
No, I think here I want to share is marketing is not the same as sales, okay? Doing marketing doesn't mean you generate sales. Okay, this is the biggest myth that people who want to find like marketing service, because I think even for you free, when now you're having your own business, when you go out and talk to people, they always tie in marketing. In the end, you
Yes.
ask them what's your purpose.
So they
It's
ask,
sales.
what's the ROI?
Yeah, or like, can you give me like 50 leads at least?
Oh,
Like, how can you
yes.
guarantee that? Even if you do ads, also not guarantee that people will sign up, right?
So I think it's how to say, whoever works in marketing will understand what we are trying to say. Like marketing doesn't really mean it's guaranteed. It's like guaranteed that we have leads or guaranteed sales.
Unless your branding is really strong,
Yes.
then people would want to like come to your event or
Yeah.
buy something that you sell.
I think marketing is it's a first step, or more so like a journey to actually getting yourself known about there. So it's a branding process. So when we started marketing, and every time if the client asks, oh, so what's the result by the end of this month? It's not going to happen in just 1 month. It's going to happen maybe in 1, 3, 5 years. So it's a gradual thing that's going to happen, and if
It takes time to build. I think it takes
Yeah.
time to take off the
Yes.
engagement and all that. It takes time. You need to build at least a certain amount of content or media asset,
Yes.
or whatever, to build that out and slowly, like consistently put that out. Then only there might be a higher chance to not like generate sales, but it's more like
people wanted to know you.
yeah, people will get to know you
Yeah.
over there lah. And also like there are less people allocate enough fund for marketing. That's why I think that's why a lot of creative people in the end of the day, they jump out of an agency, jump out of employment to start their own, because really there is a ceiling there.
Yeah.
It's really difficult. But also we understand the creative business
That's
owner
just
also
nature.
that they cannot pay more because
Yeah.
because the client doesn't value our
Yeah,
effort.
yeah.
That's why they are not paying much also. So
I have a question. So since you're in a creative agency, right, will you consider coming out to freelance?
I think full time, maybe not at the moment, but actually we are free to like
in
just,
our company, we
yeah,
are free to take
freelancing
job and all that lah. But the reality for me is when you are full time doing the same thing, it's very unlikely you still have the remaining time to do the same thing.
Yeah,
You get
actually,
what I mean?
yes.
You get what I mean? Although you already have this side of skill, but even when you remaining time side hustle, you won't do the same thing.
Actually, that's true because when I was in employment
Right.
and I was doing 3D stuff, my freelance was different thing. Like I feel that I don't have energy to do the same thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Unless it's different language, then I feel like okay, then it's like I feel like I'm doing something different because I'm doing in another language. So essentially, it's a different thing, and I won't keep thinking about. I think if my side job is still doing my whatever the same like the full time job, I will keep clashing. Even though my company is allow me to do that, but I keep
You still feel
thinking
like it's
it's clashing.
conflict
lah.
of interest,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I keep feeling conflict of interest lah.
So yeah, I have a question for you. How do you know you can, like, you have the ability to start freelancing, and then how do you know you have the ability to get job without anyone betting your job, for example?
I think at first I was confident at some skills that I had. It wasn't very good, but I knew how to use softwares. So I used that as my launching pad. And I knew that if I just try a bit harder to be creative, I can utilize this software. Right. So it's really about like how everybody can use a camera, but whether you know how to use the camera or not, it's that kind
It's
of
true.
theory. Yeah. So I felt that if I try a bit harder, I think I can make it because I already have the foundation.
It's good that you have like mindset like this, because I think a lot of people really wanted to do, like, to jump out and actually start their own freelance, or maybe their own business, but they might be worried about, like, oh, am I good enough for that? Yeah.
And honestly, right, this am I good enough mindset wouldn't go away. It's just
Yeah,
something that
really?
will be there. Yeah.
Oh.
Because at every stage that you go, right, you're not improving like linearly. It's like staircase. Sometimes it just goes on forever like this. And then you start to think, am I okay? Am I doing good? Right, then suddenly there will be some growth. And I think at every stage you feel like you're a bit inferior because you always want to improve.
And I think there's also one thing that, like, nature of human is to always compare someone at a very high place. So you always look at so high that you think, wow, you're so far away from the first person, like, in the industry. But then actually, whatever you're doing, it's very it's good enough already for, like, companies out there, because they don't even have the basic of that. I think that's one of the important thing we can share to the audience who wanted to actually start the freelancing.
Yeah. And then Cheryl said,
Yes.
you gotta believe in yourself at the start. That's how
You know.
Ashwin asks, how do you get over self-doubt and imposter syndrome? I think Fish mentioned a good point just now, is the great way to overcome imposter syndrome, because we discussed about that before. Yeah, we discussed about that before. We said that like you say, the not good enough thought will always keep kicking in. It's how we react to it.
Yeah.
And we always say to each other is that we are doing things that they don't have the resource for it. And the fact that we already jumpstart that for them, regardless the outcome in it, we already jumpstart it for them. And that's a huge step for them. That's a huge value that we created for them. So then we wouldn't feel like we are not going, because at least we jump-started that for them. And whoever worked with us, then I think we will hope that we educated that client or that any prospect that, or actually marketing is not just about sales. At least if they can bring that with them, even though in the end we didn't work with them, I think it's already a huge value. I think that can overcome imposter syndrome. I know about that. That's my point of view. You?
I think for me, right, just try not to think about it as something you have to overcome. Just try to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's what I would say. Like what Trish said, is how you react to it actually. Because that feeling will always come, especially like really unexpectedly. So you cannot always expect to like headbutt into these feelings. You just have to acknowledge it and be okay that you're feeling uncomfortable, because you're uncomfortable because there's growth happening. And you should think like, okay, maybe I'm feeling uncomfortable because I'm doing something new, and that should be good enough than me not trying anything. Yeah.
That's actually a very good mindset. So, one last comment from Prima. Well said, Fion. One has to believe in oneself and leverage upon a strength that's ahead of the competition. Yes.
Okay, we have hit 1 hour.
It's like clock in, clock out.
Ngang ngang chun chun.
Yeah, so you got any last words for people who wanted to try freelance?
Okay, I think I won't recommend freelance to everybody, but it's something that if you're curious, everyone should try at least once, because then you will know if you enjoy it. Because I do think that it takes quite a lot of discipline and mental strength to freelance, and
True.
if you have a really good company who supports your growth and lets you enjoy the things that you like to do, like maybe if you enjoy sports and they give you like after work activities. Like I can give an example, is like my boyfriend, right? He is in a 9 to 5 and he actually loves it. And I'm very happy for him because his company actually support their growth and support the hobbies that they have. Like,
Also compensate well, right?
yeah, so like if he wants to play basketball with a few other colleagues, the company will sponsor the court. Something like this. So this is something that I'm a bit jealous of sometimes. Like, can somebody just...
Because you have to pay yourself.
Yeah, I have to pay myself, and if I want to invite people, then I don't mind paying for them, but it's like, it would be nice if I have a boss who will pay for all this stuff.
Okay.
I think, right, yeah, you really don't have to think so much when you're in full-time employment. Maybe the type of stress that you have is actually very different. You don't have to make decisions, but then the stress you have is also more petty when you're in employment.
I get what you mean. It's very petty. You'll be like, I know.
Yeah.
When you're a business owner, then you'll be like, okay, that's just a very small problem.
Yeah, you have to let go of a lot of things that last time you thought was triggering.
So yeah, we've come to an end. Thank you everyone who joined us today. Thank you everyone. So if you guys have more questions about freelancing, maybe you can connect with Fion.
And you have no friend can connect with Fish.
Don't connect with me. No lah. Come connect with me also lah. And connect with.
If you want to use Fion's mom connection, feel free.
I'll also create a LinkedIn.
Okay. So we'll see you guys again next time. Bye bye.
3, 2,